Hello everyone. It's Wednesday night and it means it's time for another Facebook Live. We're going to do this fun sunburst card. So let me get this video shared to my group or to my group just in case somebody's looking for it there. And that will give you all a minute to find me and join me. This card looks really hard, but it's not. We did one like this, and I'll show you the one we did in Kay's Technique Club. So I'm in my friend Kay's Technique Club. Every month we learn something new, and we did this one in January, and it was really a lot of fun. And as soon as she showed us this technique, I was picturing a beach card with this paper. So I had to try it. Almost there. I'm wearing purple. It's purple never shows up well on camera. My purple and white bracelet. If you saw my post on Facebook, just on my personal page, Kansas State, which is where I grew up, went to school, they beat KU, which is a huge deal in basketball. We are not usually the victors when we play them, so last night we beat them by 1 point, and it was very exciting. I was jumping up and down at the end. All right, we are shared. We will get started. Before we start, I just want to remind you of a couple of things. This is the card we made last week, and so at the end I'll let you know I did a random number pick, and I'll tell you who won that card. So I picked from the comments of last week's video. And after we get done here, then I'm going to have to take my bracelet off now because it'll be too noisy. After we get done here, then I will post on my blog the dimensions for this. I will try, because Kay gave us a printout of kind of like what pieces she used. So I'll try and put that on there too. So you can have that. But let's just go ahead and get started. I think that was all the extra stuff I needed to tell you. If you don't know, Celebration is going on. That means for every $50 you spend, you get something free. And we've been playing with lots of free things. The carrots, we played with those last week. We'll have to play with the owls. Maybe we'll play with them next week. Some gorgeous paper. More paper. This goes with the On the Farm set. Hi, Betty. A nice sentiment set. This beautiful floral paper. And this stamp set, we're going to use this in my team meeting next week. And then this is free with a $100 purchase. And then this paper is free with a $100 purchase. And this is a huge stack. It's like 48 sheets of paper. And then if you are not already a part of my team, this one, if you have an order that's $300, you can get this one free. If you are not a part of my team, they always have a special joining special during Celebration. You do not have to have classes like I do. You do not have to do live videos. You can just buy stamps and get a discount. We call those happy shoppers. So that is absolutely just fine with me and with Stampin' Up. But there are 3 different joining options, and I know it'll sound kind of crazy, but basically the starter kit, when it's not Celebration, is you get $125 worth of product for $99. Free shipping, which saves you another, whatever, $10 at least. That's the normal. Right now, during Celebration, you get $175 worth of product for $99. That's option 3. Sorry, I started at the bottom. That's option 3. Because that's the one that's, most similar to what you have now. You just get an extra $50 in product. Then the other 2 options, for an additional $30, so for $129, you get $175 of product, plus you can get the mini cut and emboss machine. And if you notice, this is a blue one. This is called Boho Blue. It's a new in color that we're going to have this summer. So you can get either the blue one, or I don't know if they have the white one, but I have it. You've probably seen me use it. Or the white one. So if you'd rather have white, you can still get white, or you can get blue. That's $129. So these are regular $60. You get it for $30. So you get the machine half price plus $50 extra of free stuff if you join now. So fantastic deal. Like I said, you do not have to do all the things I do. You can just order stamps and get a discount. So if you're interested in that, be sure and reach out to me and I can tell you even more about it. All right, let's get to stamping. So first we're going to do some cutting. I had hoped to do some of the cutting beforehand, but I just didn't get it done. So you'll get to see me do the whole thing. It's not bad. We ended up babysitting, or not babysitting. I went over and helped with my grandson at a time. Okay, hopefully we're okay. It hopefully reconnected all right. These are, I believe, 1.5 inches. Yes, and so I have all sorts of different lengths of strips. And so this is something good to do with scraps. But what you're going to do is just cut it at an angle. So put one, let me come down a little bit. Put one corner in the slot and the other corner in the slot. Now I like to, when I'm doing this, start in the middle. Whoop, that's the embossing one. Well, that one we didn't. Sometimes if you don't start in the middle and you've got a point like that, it will kind of scooch, kind of bend it instead of just cutting. So I like to start in the middle. Then when you're done, you take one and turn it over. So we're going to do that with every piece that I have here. Turn it over. And this is going to give us all of our sunburst pieces that we need for our card. And this is such pretty paper. I didn't really show you. This is what we're using tonight is the Seaside Bay. So this is the stamp set. And then it has these dies. So it cuts out like the crab. Kind of hard to see him, he's kind of glary. The crab, this big oyster shell, the big bird, that shell. No, I don't see that shell. Oh yeah, I do. There it is. These 3 birds. So, and then some extra just standalone dies too. So it's really a fun set. I'm sure Betty probably has this. She loves beach stuff. And then the paper that I'm using is the By the Bay paper, and it's 6x6, and one side has some, yeah, there you can see it, some shimmer to it, and then the other side does not. Look at that. Isn't that fun? But really fun paper. All right, let's finish our cutting here. Yeah, I meant to have most of these cut and then just cut a few with you, but I ran out of time. But it doesn't take long. And then you can see the whole process. And it's easy just to turn it over after you cut it, because that way you know you've got a good selection. You've got both sides. And if you decide you want another one, you can cut some more strips. I think we'll have plenty. If not, I've got plenty of paper. I can cut some more. But it's a nice thing to do with a set of designer series paper like this, because you know it's all going to coordinate. Look at this one, not fun. Those stripes on there. And you'll see on mine when I made this one and the one in Club. Okay, there we go. That's all. I had to fudge a little at the end. Okay. Let me grab. We'll do this part first. So I've got a piece of mint macaron, and that's what my card base is. So you do the same, just in case there's anything showing, you won't really see it against your card base. And then just take a pencil or something, you're going to cover this up, so it doesn't matter. Just make a dot. That just helps. Whoa, sorry. I was trying so hard not to bump the camera. All right, and then I like to kind of lay mine out. Like you've got some really long ones here. You want to be sure you keep those for these long parts down here. Some medium ones and some short ones. So we're going to start with our short ones. And so you just take your liquid glue and just run it, just run a strip out. Try and pick up, let's do this one. And you just put the point on that circle, that line, that dot you drew, and then put some more glue on. Stick that next to that one. Oops. And that's all you do. You just go around the whole thing. Just butting it up against the one before. Whoops. So I need a longer one there. So it will go all the way out. And then we'll need, let's do one of these guys. No, we just had one of those. This is the fun part, trying to figure out what you're going to do next. We really need, nope, we'll do this one. Oops. Let's see if one of these will work. I want to be sure I keep my really longest ones for, yeah, that'll work. For the bottom. And you just keep going around. Let's see, that's a shorter one. Let's put him there. Whoops. I got glue on my fingers now, so they're sticky. Get some of that off. All right. Keep going around. I'm just doing a strip so that it will go almost to the edge. That one we need to pull down just a little bit. You can see there's a little corner right here. So I'm just going to pull it down. Oop, I might have waited too long. Come on. Pull it down just a little bit so it covers that corner. Because we're going to put something over the middle of that. So if you have a little gap there, it's okay. Yeah, it looks much harder than it is, doesn't it? It's fun trying to figure out what you're going to do next. Let's see. Let's do this one. Oh, we gotta get this good stripy one on here. And then what I have found, oh yeah, we had this one that I messed up on. Let's put some more on there. And what do we want for our last one? How about that one? It's way longer than we need, but... So if I had a short one, sometimes I would have to scooch it up so it would cover the whole thing. And if it overlaps a little bit, that's fine. All right, we have a few pieces left. We'll save for another card. Now I'm going to set this whole thing aside and just let that glue really set up before I do anything else with it. And while it's doing that, then we will do our stamping. Oh, there's another piece. And I have a little piece of ribbon too. So I need a scratch piece of, or a scrap piece of basic white. I still have glue on my fingers. We're going to stamp this crab in Night of Navy. That's one of the colors in the paper. Isn't he pretty? And I think there is such a thing as blue crabs. And then our circle, I already die cut out of Sahara sand, and it's with the Stylish Shapes, which is my favorite die set. It's just great for everything. But I decided it needed a little sand on it. So I just took my Sahara sand, and he's going to go right in the middle, so it doesn't have to be completely covered. All right. Now, let me move this for just a minute. We're going to die cut our crabs. Let me grab my mini cut and emboss machine. And I'm just going to cut this down a little bit so I don't have to worry about it going through there. Grab my dies. So we'll get our crab die. And I always write our outline before I do anything else with them. I outline each die, and that way I know right where to put it, and I also know if there's one missing. Because sometimes if there's a lot of dies in a set, trying to figure out where they went is a challenge. All right, so we'll just line this guy up. Cut him out real quick. Try and put that on carefully so he doesn't move on me. Go. Now, we have this cute little crab. Ain't cute? All right. Let me put this away. Just get it out of our way. And let's bring our paper back. All right. Now we are ready. Well, we can glue him on. So I just put him on flat onto my circle. And then for the ribbon, still have glue. What Kay did, and so I did the same thing, and you can use Scotch tape if you'd rather, but she just took tear and tape. So you just want it kind of peeking out the back side. So this is our tear and tape, and it's a very strong adhesive. And it's two-sided, but if you don't peel off the top, then it's just like Scotch tape kind of, but even stronger. All right, it's just too hard to hold on to that and do this. So just put that on the back. And just put your tear and tape across, and that'll hold your ribbon right there. All right, now let's bring back in our starburst. See? And all you do is turn it over to the back side and start cutting. Now, I don't use my good Stampin' Up! Scissors for this because there could be glue. So you just cut these pieces off on each side. I should invest in a bigger pair of scissors for things like this. And you might be able to do something with some of those pieces. Because some of them are decent sized. I don't think you could do much of a starburst with it, but there's some pieces there you could still use for something. Such pretty paper. All right, so there you go. There's our starburst now. Isn't that fun? Very easy, and we're almost done. So now just take your card base. And this we'll just put on flat. So I'm just using my Stampin' Seal. Let's put that in the middle of this. And then our crab. Grab my dimensionals. We'll put him on with a couple of dimensionals. Still have glue on my fingers. And then just lay him over where all your pieces come together, and then it's just like magic. And then, where's my bling? I had it out. It's here somewhere. Here it is. You know, you have to have some bling. So these go with this whole suite, and they're flat adhesive backed pearls, and they're kind of iridescent. And so let's do, I think I did 3 of the small ones actually. And so I kind of found, like on this one, where there was some of the darker designer series paper, so it would show up. So let's do one there, and then we'll do one with the crab. Do one up there. So you want to do an odd number, and then in a somewhat triangular shape. It doesn't have to be like a perfect triangle, but somewhat triangular. And there you go. Isn't that fun? And really easy to do. So you can do this with any designer series paper. So the other card that I shared with you on Facebook today is one that I got from Kay in a swap. Same idea. And then this is the one that we did in the technique class. So it's using the Country Hearts, Country Floral. So really pretty paper too. So, but they're very different. I mean, very different colors and styles, but still fun and cute. All right, so next week I will draw. Somebody will win this card. And next week we'll probably play with the owls. I haven't played with them too much yet, so I need to play with them some. Thanks, Betty. I'm glad you liked it. So now you'll have to play with your beach stuff and make one too. It would be fun. You could do one just with like all the greens and blues and not intermix the dark blues, or I don't know. There's so many different things you could do with it. All right, I will see you next week. Bye.